Okay, so today's piece is the story of a magnificent banquet for speaker and piano, so technically voice and piano. Matthew Lee Knowles wrote this piece in 2008, and the first page is a series of 5 chords in the key of 5 flats. Start playing before the speaker begins their part and continue freely when they finish their part. So this is on repeat. And then the remainder of the score, I believe, is just this wall of text, right? Which the speaker has to speak. Um, I'm assuming this is an original text by Matthew. There's a lot of repetition in it, and it's split up into 4 sections. Dedicated with sincerity to Neil Luck and Joshua Kaye. Um, Revised in 2011. I think we may have looked at some of these people before. Neil Luck is a UK musician, probably a colleague of Matthew's, founder of the music theatre ensemble Arco and co-founder of Squibbox, performing with Jennifer Walsh in the duo Whack. And then Joshua Kaye, also a London-based composer whose work centers on the voice and stage. And yeah, that's about all we need to know about that. I think the recording is on SoundCloud. It looks like there's also a YouTube. Um, I guess maybe Neil and Josh performed this. Activated by and making up 1/3 of the group, Matthew Lee Knowles summoned Neil Luck and Josh Kaye to fill in the remaining thirds of this project at the beginning of 2009 with an intention of performing spoken word material that is indistinguishable from and containing all the nuances of music, simultaneously familiar and alien, thousands of words excreted in patterns and games, with particular focus on hurried recitation, where the eye, mind, mouth go their separate ways. Performed by the group. I guess this group is called KLK. Uh, all 3 of them on voice. Not sure if there's a piano in this recording. Probably. Because there's a comment here that says my favorite chords. Well, let's have a listen here. Link to this is in the video description. It runs about 8 minutes, so it's not a small piece. I guess the only thing to do is to read along with this text and the score here. So, yeah. Okay, so this ended up being much more explicit than I expected. It was a lot of just violent, abhorrent things, very matter-of-factly stated, and it just kept getting worse and worse. I'm wondering, because they mentioned a bunch of libertines towards the beginning, uh, maybe it's inspired by Sallow, by Pasolini or something, or maybe some other sort of explicit film. But yeah, it's very bizarre, like the rapid fire, just like explicit actions one after another. I was looking into it, and this is also on a Bandcamp album, or it is a Bandcamp album by KLK, which is released under Squibbox. So there's a bunch of other, I'm assuming, spoken word pieces on here. This is the longest one. Some of them are as short as 19 or 20 seconds. Um, and yeah, just looking into this, Squibbox is an artist collective and uh, Netabel or Net Label, sorry, dedicated to the production and dissemination of radical and avant-garde music. So This is the only KLK release on here, I think, but there's a couple other things by Neil Luck, like this performance of Ursinate, this other album called Ground Techniques. Yeah, I guess a fairly interesting project. I wasn't expecting it to be so violent, but I mean, they're just words. They can't really harm anyone. So, uh, yeah, that was the story of a magnificent banquet.